We're now at the point where we can do a little more customizing and make sure that our menu for our website as well as the title of our website are what we want. So find your way over to the sidebar on the left-hand side. If you're in a preview of your website or on a different page, try pressing a backwards arrow or click on My Site up at the top left and it should show this to you. And we're going to go ahead and click on the Customize button again, because we come back to this space often. So click on Customize. And you can see here that I actually added 3 projects in total, just to give you a bit of an idea of what your website will start to look like. Each project I actually put tags for term 1, 2, and 3, just so we can have a little bit of an example of how this is going to look for us. But essentially, this is what our website would look like if anybody typed in the address. So over on the left-hand side, the first thing I'm going to do is customize the title of the website, because right now site title is not very exciting. On your left-hand side, if you take a look, the very top it says Site Identity. So you're going to give that a click, and here it says the site title. So of course, this is generic. I will just replace it with whatever title I'm wanting to call this. So maybe I'll title it Miss Glasgow's Portfolio. And you can put a tagline. There's also options to put logos. So if you're interested in doing something like that, we'll give you some resources for how to add things like logos into a WordPress template. So we'll click Save and Publish, and then that should be updated. Now we're going to go back and make sure that the menu, which is this little section that says Home and About, is actually up to date as well. So click your backwards arrow and take a look down about halfway to a section that says Menus. Once you click on Menus, it brings up a little sub-menu that says Primary and Social Links. This is a little confusing, but what WordPress actually allows you to do is have a primary menu, which is what we're used to navigating a website with: home, about, maybe contact, and so on. But they also actually allow other menus that are social media related. So if you look down to the bottom, this is actually the social links menu that they're talking about. So lots of people, if they're professional photographers or designers or artists, might want a link to their Twitter account and their Facebook and so on. So WordPress gives you that option. For us, you can remove the social menu or you can leave it there and just not activate it. That's up to you. Up above that, we are going to deal with the primary menu, which, as I mentioned, is the one that we're going to be using often to navigate around our portfolio site. So you'll click on Primary, and it brings us into a section here where we actually can customize what shows up in that menu. So it looks like I've got something here that it looks like an error kind of page. So if that pops up for you, you can definitely get rid of it by pressing the little disclosure arrow, so that tiny gray arrow over on the right, and you can click Remove. I'm seeing that it's actually showing up because it was a previous page that I had that I deleted. So it looks like WordPress just wants me to get rid of that, so there's no errors. So I'll click Remove down towards the bottom, and now it's gone. So we are going to add some items to our menu. If you click Add Items, it brings up options of lots of different things that you can put in your menu. So now, hopefully, it's starting to make sense why we spent time tagging all of our projects term 1, 2, and 3. So if we click on the tag section, if there was any tags for regular blog posts, it would show up. Our tags should show up as project tags. So I'm going to click on that, and there we go. We have our term 1, 2, and 3 that have popped up. So what I really love about this is it's an easy way for us to, instead of updating individual pages all the time on our sites with all the different term projects, we can just tag the projects as we load them, and then magically they will show up in our menu. under term 1, 2, and 3 as well. So this is something that will really help you stay organized and make sure you've got projects for every term, as well as help your teachers be able to take a look at your progress. So when we clicked those options, not only did they show up on the left-hand side as part of our menu, but if you can see over on the right, they've actually shown up in the actual website menu as well. So we will click Save and Publish on the top left-hand corner. Make sure everything gets saved that we do. And there we go. So now you've actually got your term 1, 2, and 3 sections in your menu bar. And I'll click on term 1 just so you can see how it reacts. It takes a minute to load, but here it's actually showing the only project that I tagged as term 1. And you're probably guessing that term 2 and 3 react the same way. I'll just show you as an example. When you click on that project, you can see down at the bottom it's actually tagged as term 2. And at any point we can click home and it should take us back to our main portfolio page. Just takes a sec to load there. Perfect. So you're well on your way to building your portfolio.